Hello children and my dear parents, how are you all? Hope you're all doing well. Ma'am said it was the last video, then why has she come with the English class again? I just came for revision. Okay, today we'll have a quick revision of all the chapters to do our exams well. So this month has brought a lot of joy to us. December month, the month of celebration, the month of stars, the month of cakes. Though we have limitations, it has brought a lot of joy. So let us do our exams well to enjoy the vacation. Shall we begin the class with prayer? Yes, join your hands, close your eyes. Alright children, coming to our revision, let me tell you about our exam. English exam, we will have 4 sections. Section A, reading. A small passage, it may be of 2 paragraphs. You have to read it and get the meaning. Once if you read, if you did not get the meaning, again you have to go for the second reading, get the meaning of it, understand it. Now you can go through the questions, okay? It may be true or false, fill in the blanks, choose the correct answer, whatever it may be. The questions are from passage. Sometimes few opposites or meanings may be asked. It may be general. You just recall it, you will get it. Okay? So if you don't know, don't spend time there itself. You can take to the last. When you finish everything, then come back. You should not write the reading passage at the last. I am not telling it like that. You have to do it first. As I told you, it must be in order. Section A, reading. First one, write the answer. Second one, if you don't know, don't write it. But leave the space. Third one, you write the answer. Okay? Section A is only reading. Passage will be there. Questions will be there. You have to answer it. That's all. You have to read well. That is the motive of this section. If question types are asked, suppose if you wanted to write in a sentence, then you have to begin with the capital letter. Okay? Capital letter you have to start and end with the full stop. True or false? Still many children are writing false spelling, F-L-A-S-C. 2 or 3 of them. Still you are writing like that. In the question itself, you have the spelling of it. True, T-R-U-E. F-A-L-S-C, false. Okay? Hurriedly you are writing, so you are making mistakes. So don't do that. Okay? Think and do well. You are in your comfort zone. You are sitting at home and writing. So think well and write. You have enough time to write. See the question, then write true. Spelling of true, don't forget T-R-U-E, true. False spelling F-A-L-S-C. It is a common spelling, common word everybody know very well. But still many are making mistakes. That's why I am telling. Okay? And mention 2 names of. For example, if the passage is about fish, mention any 2 fish. Write any 2 names of fish. Give any 2 examples for. Write any 2 examples for. If the question comes like this, you need not write in a sentence. You have to mention only 2 names of it. In the passage, there will be names. No? The question is from the passage. So you have to find out the answer and write. You have to mention only. Section B is textbook or course book. Our Gulmohar book is our text. From that, we will have a poem. Only one poem we have studied in second term. That is Seeds poem. Again and again I am telling you because this is a confirmed question. First 8 lines you have to write. As it is in the book you have to write. Seeds first 8 lines I will be reading and you have to read along with me. Okay, take your pencil and a rough book also. Page number 33, Seeds poem. The seeds I sowed for weeks unseen have pushed up pygmy shoots of green. So frail you would think the tiniest stone would never let a glimpse be shown. So first 8 lines you have to be thorough and the last line we have a full stop. Each and every line has begun with a capital letter. First 2 lines we have a long dash, not a hyphen, long dash. It is not a complete sentence. So you have to use a long dash. 4th line you have a semicolon. And see to the fifth line. So frail you would. Okay. U apostrophe D. You would. Now you can close your books. Take your rough book and just write and see whether you can write everything. And you have to correct by yourself. If your mama is sitting with you, please request her to correct. And second one is question answers. Seeds form, we have 6 questions. 2 lessons we have. One is chips lesson. The another one is saving the sparrow. Saving the sparrow, 4 meanings are there. Desperately flapping, D-E-S-P-E-R-A-T-E-L-Y, desperately flapping, 2 P are there. Second one, supervisor. Third one, power shutdown. After shut, one small hyphen is there. Shutdown is an hyphenated word. Twittering, T-W-I-T-T-E-R-I-N-G. 2 T's are there. Don't forget. Don't make any spelling mistakes in the meanings. Question answers. What did Hiralal imagine when he saw the power line? Hiralal imagined. You have to begin your answer like this. Because in the question we have the word did. Hiralal imagined that he would see places if he followed the power line and would meet people. Second one, what did Hiralal worry about? Here also, did is there in the question. So in the answer, worried. Hiralal was worried. You have to begin your answer like this. Hiralal was worried about the bird that was caught in the power line. Third one, did the supervisor agree to switch off the power? Why or why not? The question has begun with the helping verb. So your answer should begin with no or yes. Yes or no question. No, comma, you have to write the answer. You have the second part of it. Why or why not? So you have to give a reason for it. Whether he agreed or not, then you have to give the reason also. Fourth one, how did the supervisor react to Hiralal's pleading to save the sparrow? Here also you have did in the question. The supervisor listened. Okay, ED, past tense word must be there. To Hiralal very patiently and appreciated him for his kindness. Learn the spelling for patiently and appreciated. Fifth one, who was Ram Barose? Ram Barose was the maintenance man in the power station. Maintenance, see to the spelling, don't make mistake. M-A-I-N-T-E-N-A-N-C-E. If you get any long words, you can break into small words and learn it. Main, what is the spelling? M-A-I-N, main. Ten, what is the spelling? T-E-N. Like that you can learn it. Sixth one, how would the world be if everyone were to be like Hiralal? The world would be a happier place if everyone cared for their fellow creatures. Birds and animals would be able to live in peace if everyone cared enough to be kind and helpful. This is not a lesson-based question. It is a value-based question. So you have to present it in a good way. Shall we move to the chips meanings? Chips lesson? Yes. We have 7 meanings. Okay, take your textbook and see the meanings. So if the meanings are asked, you have to give one word for it. Scurrying. It is ing word. Scurrying. S-C-U-R-R-Y-I-N-G. Second one, great. See to the spelling for great. G-R-A-T-E. Not G-R-E-A-T. Okay. Third one, wafted. E-D word. W-A-F-T-E-D. Fourth one, chunks. Big pieces. It is in plural form. So answer also must be in plural form. C-H-U-N-K-S. Chunks. Next one, dunked. E-D word. Sixth one, swill. S-W-I-L-L. Swill. Last one, slurped. S-L-U-R-P-E-D. Slurped. Okay, we'll move to the question answers. What did mother ask the family when they came downstairs? Why? What did mother ask? Did plus ask. So answer, asked. Mother answered the family if they knew what chips were because the foreign soldiers asked her to cook chips for their lunch. If a question is there, why, you have to give the reason. Okay, with because. Second one, why was the family so surprised when they opened the sack? The sack was full of big, new potatoes. The family was surprised because they had not seen such a huge number of potatoes since the war began. Third one, why did the soldiers start shouting when mother served them the soup? The soldiers wanted chips which were very different from the soup that mother served to them. Fourth one, what did you learn from the lesson chips? We learned that there is always a hidden blessing in the troubles which we face. Seeds form meanings. You have to study all the meanings. Okay. Meanings you can see in the textbook. First one pygmy. Second one shoots. Third one frail. Fourth one glimpse. Fifth one pebble. Sixth one that mere sprout. Seventh one heaved away. Last one to bask. You can pause the video and go through the spellings of it. Seeds form. Question answers. Why does the speaker describe the shoots as pygmy? Did you see the word does? I have underlined also. If you see the word does in the question, in the answer, you have to add yes with the verb. The speaker describes the shoots as pygmy because they are very tiny. He says that they are pygmy sized. It is a hyphenated word. See to it. Second one, what does the plant do when it has pushed up to the surface of the ground? Here also you have the word does. So the answer must be the plant basks in the sunshine. Third one, how do we know that the seed wants to grow into a plant? The seed's determination in pushing its way past a pebble to come into sunlight proves that it badly wants to grow into plant. Determination, please see to the spelling, okay? Fourth one, what do the words heaved away say about the seed? The words heaved away say. Two words are there, heaved away. So, the verb must be in singular, say that the seed fights for its needs. Fifth one, how has the speaker compared the stone and the shoot? The stone is described as a short and heavy force, while the shoot is described as a weak and frail little being, yet strong and determined to make it in the world. What do we learn from the poem Seeds? We learn that we can overcome our troubles and move forward. So all the lessons, last question is value-based question. Okay. So do it well, children. Question answers. Understand the meaning and do it well. If you have a word does in the question, you have to add yes to the verb. If you see did in the question, the verb must be in past tense in your answer. If any question is beginning with the helping verb, your answer must also begin with yes or no. Okay, that's all. Next is section C, that is grammar. In grammar, we have 7 chapters. According to the topic number, the first one is pronouns chapter. The first table which I have given you is the textbook pages. Many points were there. If you are reading the points, then you have to compare the table and the points. The second table which we have written, you have to memorize it to do the exercise. Okay. Already you know that we have 7 pronouns. You need not forget the order. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. These are the 7 pronouns we have studied. Okay. Take your grammar notebook and see. First person singular, I. First person plural, we. I am the first person. When I am telling we, I am included in it. So, first person plural, we. Second person singular and second person plural, both are you only. Only you is the pronoun. Okay. Third person singular, he, she and it. Our next chapter is 7th chapter, that is verbs, perfect tenses. We have 3 tenses, present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. Present, past and future. Okay. Continuous tenses we have studied in first term. In second term we have perfect tenses. In the present perfect we have 2 helping verbs, has and have. For singular forms has, plural forms have. Suppose if it is a pronoun, in case of pronouns how do we use? The first 4 pronouns, I, you, we and they have, he, she and it has. Okay. Come to past perfect. In past perfect, only one one helping verb is there, that is had. Here, whether it is singular form or plural form or whichever pronouns it may be, only one helping verb we have, that is had. The last one is future perfect. Future perfect tenses I and we will be using shall have, and other pronouns we will be using will have. Don't get confused, okay? 8th chapter is verbs. Here we will be studying the forms of have. The 3 forms of have are has, have and had. Singular forms has, plural forms have. When coming to pronouns, I, you, we and they have, he, she and it has. When do we use had? When you read the sentence, if it is connected with a past event, then the answer will be had. We have written many test papers. In that also I have asked. Here in this exercise also, you will be seeing some examples which is connected with the past events. In such cases, you will be using had. Our next chapter is the 12th chapter, qualitative, quantitative and demonstrative. Qualitative is nothing but which tells the quality. Suppose if I am telling about the board, it is a white board. It is a small board. The words small and white describes the board. So it becomes quality. I have only one board. This is the first board I have purchased for our live and online classes. This is the first board. First, I have only one board. It tells the number. So these words are called quantitative adjectives. The numbers. 12th chapter, qualitative, quantitative and demonstrative. Quantitative adjective. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 40, 1000, 2000, 10,000, million. Whatever it may be, the number. First, second, 31st, 41st, 50th, 60th. It goes on. 1/4, 3/4, 1/8, fractions. Everything comes under quantity. Many, several, all, enough, some. These also tells us the number but not the exact number. Okay. These types of adjectives are called quantitative adjectives. Hope you understood. The next one is demonstrative adjectives. We have studied 6 adjectives in this. This, these, that, those, such, yonder. Yonder is rarely used. It is used in poems. Okay. It is rare case, so you can leave it. We can concentrate in this 5 adjectives only. When do we use this? One book, one object nearer to me. Then I can tell this book. If it is far away, I can tell that. Now I have 2 books which is near to me. These books. When it is kept far away, then I can tell those books. When do we use such? When I denote, when I consider it as very special, then I can tell such. I haven't seen such a beautiful princess. I haven't heard such a beautiful story. I haven't seen such a funniest story ever before. I have seen many movies. I have heard many stories, but still I haven't heard such singular, such a person. If the sentence comes like dash a, I haven't seen dash a, then the answer is such, such. Confirmed answer. Because other things are not applicable. This, these, that, those we cannot use. So the answer is such. Our next chapter, 13th chapter is degrees of comparison. We have 3 degrees. Positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. You have to memorize the spellings of these 3 degrees. Positive, P-O-S-I-T-I-V-E, positive. Comparative, C-O-M-P-A-R-A-T-I-V-E, comparative. Superlative, S-U-P-E-R-L-A-T-I-V-E, superlative. Because if a question comes like this, pick out the adjectives and mention the degrees of comparison. You have to pick the adjective and you have to say whether it is positive or comparative and superlative. So you cannot get the spellings from the headings. You have to memorize the spellings and thorough with that. If spelling mistake is there, you will lose the mark. Okay? Yes. Now, how do we find whether it is positive, comparative or superlative? We know many adjectives are there. When we use ER, it becomes comparative. When we use EST, it becomes superlative. Positive, comparative, superlative. Okay? Hot, hotter, hottest. Cold, colder, coldest. With these adjectives, I can easily use ER and EST. But many of the adjectives, we cannot use ER and EST. Careful. Can I use ER there? No. That time you have to use the extra word that is more careful. Okay? Careful, positive. More careful. Most careful. Difficult. We cannot use ER or EST. That time you have to use more and most. More difficult, most difficult. So as I told you earlier, you can use ER and EST to the adjectives. If you cannot use, you can use more and most and make it as comparative and superlative. Now there are some adjectives entirely the comparative and superlative forms of different. Page number 63, one table is given. You have to memorize it. There are some adjectives which the forms are different. Comparative and superlative forms are very different. Good or well. What is the comparative degree? Better. Superlative form is best. Bad or ill. Worse, worst. W-O-R-S-T. Okay. These two are very important. And page number 63, you have a table that also you have to memorize. Little differences are there. Now another exercise will be there. Write the appropriate form of adjectives. Adjective will be given. You have to add ER or EST. So when will you use ER? When two things are compared. This ball is dash than that one. In the bracket small. What is the answer? This ball is dash than that one. In the bracket small. Small is the adjective. Now you have to add ER or EST. How are you going to do this? Yes, you must have guessed. The answer is smaller. How did you get this answer? There is a hint word than. T-H-A-N. Okay? If there is a word than, then your answer must be comparative form. He is the dash boy in our class. In the bracket tall. T-A-L-L. What is the answer? Yes, you have guessed it correctly. Tallest. How did you say the answer? Because the word the is there. Okay, don't forget. The dash means EST. That is superlative form you have to use. And also keep in mind, always we cannot use EST. Okay. Dash than. Then you have to use comparative form. These two are hint words for us. 9th chapter we have written in our grammar notebook. And one rule we have studied. If the subject is singular, we will be using S with the verb. If the subject is plural, we will not use S in the verb. Okay. Riya dash. Read or reads. Riya is one person. So you have to write reads. Riya and Rima dash. Now what is the answer? Read or reads? Read. How did you get this answer? Subject is plural. 2 persons are there. So, the verb must be in singular form. This is the rule we have studied. To infinitive means to read, to play. I learned how to read. I learned how to fly kites. I wanted to play with my friends. In these sentences, to plus verb is called to infinitive. And we have also studied that 3 types are there and infinitives. Gerunds, infinitives, participles. Gerunds, there is no any other divisions. In participle, we have past participle and present participle. In infinitive, we have to infinitive and bad infinitive. Options will be there and you have to select the correct form of verbs and write there. You have to understand the meaning and write it. The last chapter is prepositions. Prepositions chapter, only one rule we have studied, that there must be an object. There must be a connection with the preposition and then object. If object is not there, then it is not a preposition at all. The board is on the wall. The board is on the wall. The preposition on is connected with the object wall. The board is on, if I say, then it is not a preposition at all. There is a need of object. Fill in the blanks with appropriate forms of prepositions. Read and understand the sentence and you have to write it. If it is touching the surface, then the answer will be on. I came from Varanthirapalli to Ambalur. From and to will be connected like this. Of. When will you use of? I am afraid of. I am fond of. I have heard of. The usage, some usages of the preposition. It is shared between us. Something is shared, you can use between. I fought for freedom. I worked for money. For what did I work? I worked for money. For what did I fight? I fought for freedom. The usage of for means for what? The purpose. It tells the purpose. Some other prepositions you have, when you have done the exercise, you would have understood how it is formed. When we tell some days, I will come on Monday, I will come on Tuesday, I will come on Saturday, I will come on 26th December. On, when I tell the dates or days. When I tell the month, I will come in the month of December. In the month of December. When we tell some years, in 1988, in 1987, we say. Years we use in, days we use on. So children, that's all for revision. Okay, revise it well. Last one, section D, you have creative writing already. It's informed in the WhatsApp group and last video I have told you. A visit to museum, good manners, my greatest wish and my favorite book. You can choose any one of the topic and start preparing. You have already finished preparing. When I asked in the live sessions, you have already started preparing and many have finished also. Very good. Those who have not done, please do it now. Okay, and in the exam you have to write it. Once again, wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy vacation. All the best for your exams. Pray well and start. Okay, be truthful and faithful to you. You have to be truthful to yourself. We have to learn that habit during these days. Whether anybody is seeing or not, God is seeing you. Do your exams well. Thank you, children. See you in the third term. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.